If you believe it's going to be a great week for you, type in the comment section. It's going to be a productive week. So what we're going to be doing on Sundays is there is a plan that we're about to implement. And that plan is going to begin in October. So we're going to use the month of September to start. Have you sent the link? Test running the plan that we have for the month of October. But it's a solid plan. You're going to love it. And we are making sure that we pay a lot of attention to community-based actions. There are people that all they need in this life is to belong to or identify with a group of people who are on fire and they will catch fire. Some of you, that's all you need. When you set a place on fire, anything that comes in contact with that particular place that is on fire will catch fire. So there are people that all they need is to just identify with or belong to a community of people who are on fire. And so they will also catch fire. That's all you need. You think your problem is, rocket science and it's so complicated, you don't know what to do. You don't belong to the right circles. You don't have the right relationship. You glorify loneliness. I don't have friends. People glorify, I don't have friends. For you not to have friends, something is not right. Maybe you are the reason you don't have friends. Because people are your greatest asset. Now, the hashtag for tonight is hashtag social capital. So let's use the hashtag social capital. What I'm going to share with you, if you can start implementing and applying it for the rest of the year 2025 into the universal year of new beginning in 2026, you are going to be shocked what's going to happen to you. Hello, Rookie. Thank you. The hashtag is social capital. One of the reasons why I'm going to focus on teaching along this line is because we want to make sure the community becomes like a place for social networking, business networking. We're not just going to be coming together and talking spiritual. We have to start doing business together. When we start doing business together, guess what happens? We will build an economic structure. Because there are people here who have been denounced by family. Their friends have cut off from them. There are people who have lost their marriage because they began their authentic spirituality journey. There are a lot of people like that. Where do they go to? If it's just about coming on social media and bragging and using smartphone and ring light to trigger people to take actions that they are not ready for, actions that they are not emotionally mature for. Yeah, where do they go to? So we must now, because the real work is offline, not online. The online work is the beginning. The real work is offline. Making sure that people can identify with and belong to a community that can be the wind beneath their wings. A community that can help them catch the fire. Thank you, Lemon Princess. There is a lot to learn from a religious institution. Anybody that tells you that religious institutions should be trashed because there's nothing to learn from them, that person has nothing to offer. And that's the truth. I was telling a friend of mine, I said, you are not meant to stop going to your church. You can pursue authentic spirituality journey whilst you still identify with a religious institution. I hope you know that. Because a lot of the smart people who go to churches and to mosques, they are going there to connect themselves. It's also a social gathering. It is people with poverty mentality who only go there to go and feel the power and the presence of God. Oh, I feel it today in my spirit, in my soul. And they go home broke and busted. Whereas there are people in that same circle, that same church, that are closing deals together. Deals in hundreds of millions of dollars together in that same church. There is the VIP corners. There is the executive. And why are they always separating poor people from rich people in the church? Even in your own family, there is a separation between poor people and rich people. Even in your own family. But there are people who are there connecting themselves, infiltrating the circle, aligning with the other, not compromising the authentic spirituality practices, but they are connecting themselves. See, guys, see, a lot of people have had business breakthroughs and success just because they are members of some churches or some mosques. Just know that now. Because they understand that leveraging social capital is not restricted to a particular place. You leverage your social capital everywhere. You would not tell me right now that all your friends are into Yoruba spirituality, into African spirituality. You won't say all your friends are Christians, all your friends are Muslims. No, you have Christian friends, Muslims friends, atheist friends, African spirituality friends, agnostic friends, LGBTQ friends. You have APC friends, PDP friends, Labour Party friends, Yoruba friends, Igbo friends. This is how you live a balanced life. You keep everyone in your circle, you manage them, learning human relational skills. Moon Rising, good evening, everyone. There are people who belong to circles where they have no idea the opportunities. Some people are scaling opportunities in that circle where you are complaining. The same place where you are, where some people are closing deals, you are there complaining. They're always discriminating poor people. They will put rich people in front, put poor people at the back. Well, you are the one who chose to be a poor person. Anyways, infiltrates the circle. Idauza Moon Rising. Infiltrate the circle. But you must master how to leverage social capital. You must leverage social capital. So what is social capital? Because it begins with understanding what social capital is. Social capital is the value embedded in your relationships. Social value is the net worth of your networks. Social value is the value embedded in your relationships, in your networks, and trusts. That's what social capital is. A lot of times, greetings universe, you don't need money to start a business. You just need social capital. And social capital is the value embedded in your relationships, in your networks, and trusts. There's a popular saying, it is not what you know, but who you know. Don't stop there. And how you treat them. It is not what you know, it is who you know and how to treat them, how to manage your relationship with the people you know at different levels. That's key. Too many people focus only on what they know. They want to keep knowing and knowing. Yeah? But they are not expanding and extending their network. Who do you know? Who do you know? The journey of life is not meant to be traveled alone. You are meant to travel with your tribe. Who do you know? It is not what you know, but who you know and how you treat them, how you manage. I'm going to start a series in September. It is called Spiritual Branding, the Glory of Your Presence. Mastering the glory of your presence. Manifesting the glory of your presence. It's called spiritual branding. Before people can buy your product, they must first buy your presence. You expand your network by your aura. This morning we talked about the mitochondrial Eve gene, and we said that one of the things that an active mitochondrial Eve gene does to you is that it cleanses your aura, your presence. So you have a lot of people out there talking about branding, 7 steps to branding. They read the books, they study everything, yet it's not working because they don't understand that branding begins with your aura, your presence. The millionaires of the next 5-10 years are not going to be millionaires by products. They will be millionaires first by their presence. We are in the age of artificial intelligence. Most of the things that you can do right now, AI will be able to do it. So what people are going to be buying and paying for is your presence, not your products. It's who you are when you enter the room. What aura do you radiate when you enter the room? Your authenticity, thank you. And when you master that aspect of yourself, that's your essence. When you master it, you know what happens? It expands your social network. It expands your social capital. Yoruba people will say, "Eniyan lasho." It means that people are your covering. People are your covering. People are your greatest asset. I told you the story of somebody who was having his wedding, and then the mother was meant to come to Abuja on the morning of the Saturday, and Airpeace cancelled their flights. And the mother was meant to leave Benin 8 a.m. so she can arrive Abuja by 10. And they cancelled the flights. And this young man was confused. He didn't know what to do. And then he called somebody and said, "This is the situation I am in right now. My father is late. If my mother doesn't attend my wedding, it's going to be like a scar in me for the rest of my life." And the person he called, who already arrived at Abuja, was at the airport, called the pilot and said, "Don't stop the plane. Load up. You are going back to Benin to pick my friend's mother so you can bring them to Abuja for the wedding." He doesn't have a private jet, but he had access to somebody who owns a private jet. You don't need to own everything. You just need to know people who own stuff. You don't need to know everything. The reason many people are frustrated, they want to know everything. And that's why they sharpen their knowledge. They study, which is good. They read, but their human relational skill is zero. When you meet them, they exude this aura of blind arrogance. So let me tell you something. I've told a lot of people this. I said, the moment you start sounding like a broken record, the moment you start sounding like you are condescending, like you are worth that much, people will start paying attention to you. And when they do, they will discover you are not worth that much. When you come and you want to claim you know everything, people will be like, okay, it's not about knowing everything. It's about knowing people who can fill in the gap for you, the loopholes in your life, people who can fill in. He doesn't have a private jet, but on his wedding day, somebody flew his mother in a private jet because Airpeace disappointed his mother. There are many things you don't have to bother yourself knowing. There are many things I don't have to know. I know people who know those things. So why should I bother to know it? I focus on my focus. It is not what you know, but who you know. Now ask yourself, look at your phone. Make a list of 10 people on your phone. So let me give you an assignment. Especially those of you, you have a product, an idea that you want to execute, right? Tonight, I want you to sit down and run an inventory, examination, audit your relationship, and list 10 people you are going to talk to about that idea. to raise the capital for that idea. Make a list of 10 people. If you can't make a list of 10 people, make a list of 5. If you don't have 5 people in your life right now, and you are over 40 years old, over 30 years old, who can give you 1 million naira, something is not right. You have not built the right social capital. It is not what you know, but who you know. And how you treat the people you know, how you service your relationships. Some of you don't have to be a multi-billionaire. Just know multi-billionaires. Be comfortable with your life. So if you need anything, the multi-billionaire can step in and say, no, I'm going to do it for Femi. If it's you, Femi, anything for you. Because there is value exchange, right? One of the ways to service such relationship is that there must be value exchange. Coming back from Abeokuta now, I have bought a lot of adire for some key people that I'm going to take to them, take to their children. They can afford those things. People hardly give rich people gifts, but be the one that will give them gifts, because that's how you service those kind of elitist, high-profile relationships in your life. A lot of people need to master how to relate with high-profile elitist individuals. A lot of people don't know how to behave around wealthy, powerful people, because wealthy, powerful people don't give a damn about what you know. Wealthy, powerful people are usually blown away by, first, the glory of your presence. Because I've taken someone to a place before where we had generals, and he wanted to start arguing with generals about war. You have never gone to any battle. You have just locked yourself in your cubicle room, reading books about warfare. Now you want to argue with generals who have gone to Sierra Leone, they've gone to several countries, to Sudan, to go and fight. They don't know how to behave around wealthy people. That's why they are okay with small people, so they can run them down. There are people who, the only people they can relate with are people who are below them. A lot of our parents are like that. There are people right now that I know who are like that, because they can't just leave except they are able to pull people down so they can feel that they are up, that they are something, because they were also pulled down when they were growing up. So such people hardly can manage people who are richer than them, bigger than them, better than them, producing bigger results than them. They always mess those relationships up, because they are not comfortable with having such people in their circle. They are comfortable with having people they can speak to anyhow and disrespect and be rude to. Those are the people they are comfortable with. They want to rub shoulders with people who are bigger and better than them in all ramifications. So it is not what you know, but who you know and how you treat them, how you treat those relationships. Yesterday I was talking about how that there are relationships, there are opportunities that exist right now, but they are not for now. You are not meant to maximize those opportunities now. They are for the future. There are opportunities that are short-term. Maximize them in the now. There are opportunities that are for the future. Don't go and ask somebody who can invest 500 million naira in your business for 500,000 naira. You have messed up that relationship. That's what you have done. There are some relationships that even if you are dying, even if you are going to die, you should not ask them for some things. It's a lifeline. It's a lifeline. You know, they always say your network is your net worth, right? But your relationships are your real wealth. You can have a huge network, right? But you have not been able to build relationships within that network. That's what I'm talking about. Building and servicing relationship with people who, with one phone call, they can open doors for you, because people are gates. People are gates. That's why you don't introduce everybody to everybody in your circle. No. You don't give people too much access in your circle, whether they are your friends or not. Don't. Until you can trust them, until you ascertain that this one is not a dishonest person who is trying to reap from where they did not sow. Because let me tell you the truth. This is Machiavellian. There are people who don't just want you to help them, they also want to take from your own harvest and steal from your own harvest, because they are never satisfied with their own. Even if you are the owner of the land, even if they lease the land from you and they harvest their own crop, they still want to steal from your own. I've been through all these things. I know what I'm telling you. Where you will give people your platform, right? And half of the people subscribing to what they are doing are from you. Yet they still want to crawl into the DMs of your own people to impose whatever they are selling on those people. So those are the kind of people to not bring. There are people that you need to give them access, because their rising is also going to impact your own rising. Yeah. I have introduced people to people before who I said, I can't do it, but I know somebody who can do it. And they went into it and they made millions. And they came to me and appreciated me. There are people like that, but there are people that you must first study them before you take them to the houses, to the places where you meet key people in your life. There are sources of social capital. Number one is religious communities. Religious communities. Trust is built in religious communities. Mentorship is built in religious communities. Collective support is built in religious communities. A lot of you will not be able to stand on your own. You are not dogged like some of us who we don't really need any religious institution to do anything. I told you this month, we've spent about 14 million naira on free events. Free events, 14 million, without any support from any institution. Like 12 million of my own money. The remaining 2 million support from members of the community, without asking anybody. Not everyone can have such a dogged mindset. Some of you need to stay in your church and your mosque so you can connect with people. It's also a social gathering. Because in that place, trust is built. I'm a realist. Forget those people triggering you to go and fight everybody. They have nothing to offer you other than 5-minute social media video. Religious communities. Greetings, Mr. Femi. Trust, mentorship, collective support. I know people who, when they go to church on Sunday, the reason they are going is so they can see their business partners. Yeah, they will go there, participate in what everybody is doing, but one of the core reasons why they are present every time is to meet, because I know a guy in this city of Abuja who is in real estate. If he doesn't close a deal at all, he taught me real estate in Abuja. I can mention his name, Alvin Afegbai. In his church, if he doesn't close real estate deals in a month, he would close 5 deals. All of them is church members. So you think he will not go to church and sing in the choir? You are telling him to leave his church. What do you have to offer him? Have you built a community that can offer him something? And guess what? He is pursuing authentic spirituality, right? But he is smart. He knows that a social capital is not restricted to just social media. It's not restricted to just his family. He is meant to go beyond circles. He's meant to go beyond borders. Religious communities. Some of those VIP events they do in your church, and they say there is a card, a VIP that the GO has given. Anybody that wants to attend this event must pay 1 million. Stop criticizing them. Look for 1 million and pay and join that event and sit down at the table and exchange business cards with people. Some of you go to mosque on Fridays and you just go, you go to your house. And it's even easier in the mosque because in the mosque you see a governor sitting down on the same floor with a security guard. And nothing in his head is telling him that this is an opportunity for me to even shake this person's hand and introduce myself to them. Even if nothing comes out of it. If I do it today, I do it tomorrow. I make sure I go there early. Shake the hands of the governor today. Shake the hands of a senator tomorrow. Shake the hands of a business tycoon tomorrow. Before I know it, before they know it, this guy is always shaking my hands and saying hello to me. Imagine what can happen from there. Religious community is a major source of social capital. Smart people will tell you, yeah, they know why they are going to that place every Sunday. Yes, they know about authentic spirituality. They are practicing their African spirituality, whatever spirituality, but then they won't disconnect themselves from a platform. They won't disconnect themselves from that platform that provides them opportunities for trust, mentorship, and collect. There are people in religious institutions who people don't even know their house, and yet they are doing business with them. I'm telling you guys. Sources of social capital. And that's one of the reasons why we want to make sure that in the Manifest Growth community, we build this community to the point where there are opportunities people can leverage, people can network, people can partner. There will be so much trust in the community that just by identifying with the community, you know that there will be some kind of soft landing for you. Because without that, we are fooling ourselves that this is our conscious movement thing. I'm telling you. Number 2, sources of social capital. Neighborhood and local communities. Neighborhood and local communities. Neighborhood and local communities. Security, collaboration, local influence. In your estate, how many people know you in your estate? What value have you added to your estate? What nonsense have you stopped from happening? What sacrifice have you made to ensure that the security of your estate or your community is taken care of? What efforts are you making? Because the other people in the estate can see you. Do you know your neighbor? You know, we have become so anti-communal in Africa, that especially in this Abuja. People, they are now acting like Westerners. They don't even know what their neighbor does. And for some of you, the opportunity you are running, wake up in the morning from your house, enter your car, drive, hustling. Sometimes the solution is your next door neighbor. You don't even know it. Someone was trying to get a document in this estate from a particular agency in Abuja, and he sent the message to the estate group. And nobody had done that before. He sent a message, please, my neighbors, I need this. I don't know who is here that can help me. And he got the assistance he needed. Do you even know what your neighbors do? Do you know people in your local communities, the security men, the gate men? Do you understand the concept of PR? We have a gallery club in the estate and they close at 10 p.m. And one day I wanted to eat and the younger wanted to finish my life. And it was already 10 p.m. And I entered and said, you guys are going to get me food. Tell them in the kitchen. You just closed. I got here 30 minutes past 10. We have closed. No, you guys will get me food. Because I have done too much PR for them in that place. They produced food for me to eat. They wouldn't do it for any other person except for people who understand neighborhood and local community interactions. Collaboration, local influence. Especially those of you who are going into politics. You don't understand grassroots influence. You want to go into politics. Okay. Number 3, sources of social capital. Professional and interest groups. So you see all the alumni, you see all the clubs, associations, online groups like the Manifest Group community. Whatever association or group or community represents your desire or where you see yourself or represents your goals, you are meant to identify and belong. Kemi launched a brand during the International Conscious Conference. I can't even tell you the opportunities that has been unveiled to her by virtue of identifying and belonging to a community, because she's not a member of any church or any mosque. So what community would give her the support she needs? And she is getting the support she needs now. Listen, the members of the community bought me birthday gifts. And guess what I discovered? 90% of the gifts that people gave me, they got them from the members of the community. So I said, this is so beautiful. So the money is circulating within the community. But if you don't identify with, I'm not saying you must join Manifest Group. Wherever you are, if you don't identify and become active and engage, it is impossible for you to command any influence or any support from that community. Old Boys Association, old girls, don't be the complaint. I don't like gender. Everybody is coming there to come and see who is successful and who is not. No, leave that part. Join, participate, interact with them. Because listen, there is power in relational networks. Every human being you see is a gate that might lead you to a big, huge opportunity that you have to maximize. Every human being you see. And when you have strong ties, you have emotional support. When you have weak ties, then what do you have with weak ties? I love what Mas Moreau said. He said, you can't help me, I can't help you. Where is the friendship? You can't help me, I can't help you. Where is the friendship? Now, what are the steps to maximizing contacts and relationships? There are steps to this. Number 1, you must audit your current network. You must audit your current network. You must sit down and ask yourself, who are the people in my circle? What do they do? What do they represent? What can I do with them? What have they done for me? What have I done for them? Is it time for me to start doing some things for them in exchange for value? Have I been the only one doing things and they haven't been doing, and I'm drained? So you must audit your current network. Number 2, you must be the first giver. Be a giver first. Until you have contributed value, you are not entitled to nothing until you have contributed value. There are too many entitled people running around the place. in families, in relationships, in communities, in religious institutions, in friendships. Too many entitled, because I'm your friend, then you think you are entitled to anything I have. No, you are not. What have you contributed? What's your value? What value have you brought to the table? So the strategies to maximizing contacts and relationships is to first audit your current network. Then be the giver first. And then 3, strategic visibility. Be visible in that community. Let them see you. Don't stop hiding. I'm still trying to study them. No, stop hiding. Be visible. Strategic visibility. I'm not talking about mediocre visibility. Strategic visibility. Let them see you. Shine bright in that community. Because if you don't shine, they won't see you. And it is the people they see that they will give opportunities to when it is time. Stop taking things too personal. Some people have disconnected themselves from a community that would have benefited them in a lot of ways. Some people have ended relationships that would have been a game changer for them. You are not God. You not be God. You not be God. You not be God, but you can change your life. You not be God, but He knows people that if He introduces you to them. And the next one, build bridges across circles. Build bridges across circles. So I said, the fact that you are a Christian does not mean all your friends are Christians. The fact you are a Muslim does not mean everybody that can benefit you are Muslims. The fact that you are into African spirituality does not mean everybody that will benefit you are African spirituality people, because we have seen people who talk down on religious people and tomorrow they still expect the same Christians and Muslims to come and patronize what they are selling. That is buffoonery and foolishness. So building bridges, not walls, across circles is a strategic and effective thing to do. And then number 5, follow up and consistency. Learn how to follow up on people who have shown a level of commitment to your cause. And be consistent. If people attend something that you do, if people commit to it, give them special preferential treatment. Because they have stretched forth their hand of fellowship to you. Receive and reciprocate. If people have carried your matter on your head, carry their matter on your own head. They've carried your matter on their head, carry their matter on your head too. There are people that when they send me messages, no matter how busy I am, I quickly find a way in my business to respond to them because they've stretched their hand of fellowship to me. They've shown me that I am with you. Within my capacity, I'll support what you are doing. Yeah, you must build that pyramid. You don't give everybody the same attention. Forget all those talk. It's by poor people. They don't have money yet, so they are the ones that if I were rich, I would not be doing this. No, you are not rich, so you don't know if you will do it or not. And then number 6, you must leverage technology. You must leverage technology. How did we start the Manifest Growth community? Technology. The first time I ever set my eyes on Ajemi Kosi was when she came to ICC. I never met her before. We met on social media. The first time I ever set my eyes on Abdubari was when he came from the US for ICC. And we have done business in millions. Yes. Me and him have a company together. And the first time and the company has existed for close to 8 months. And the first time I saw him was when he came to ICC. So all this talk of, you can't trust people, you check yourself. Something is not right with you. The first time I saw Tolashe was when she came to ICC. I never knew her from nowhere. We met on Instagram. So for those who are always trying to function in the familiar zone, that's where you are going to finish yourself. Because technology is a very effective tool, right? To maximizing contacts, relationships, to building strategic, mutually beneficial relationships. So you must leverage technology. You must leverage technology. Now, listen to this. There are relational skills because, I said that it is not what you know, it is who you know and how you treat them. So there are relational skills for influence and growth. When you see people who have so much, yet they are not growing, they lack relational skills. Some people believe that they have to condescend and talk down on people. Some people are living in their own small world, small bubble world. That they think when they meet people, they are better, they are the best, they are the most intelligent, and everybody must bow to them. They lack relational skills. So there are human relational skills for influence and growth, and you must master these skills. And number one on that list, let's type it here, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Your EQ, your empathy, your conflict management, your ability to manage conflict. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. Yes, people are not your God, but there are people that at some point you need them more than they need you. You must know those people in your life and drop your stupid ego. Because it's emotional mismanagement. When there is emotional intelligence, you are able to manage your empathy. You are able to manage conflict. When there is disagreement between you and those people, you are able to manage it successfully. Because at that moment, you need them more than they need you. You need them what? More than they need you. You need them more than they need you. You need them more than they need you. Emotional intelligence, whether it's in romantic relationship, whether it's in business relationship, whether it's in marriage, you need emotional intelligence. And one of the key points here is conflict management. There will be arguments. There will be arguments. I have a godfather who has done so much for me, and then something happened and somebody was trying to create a conflict between me and him, and what I did was went straight to him. Because I remember that when nobody was there for me, this man was there for me. So I won't say because there is a conflict, I must then trash that relationship. There are people who have supported, when everybody pushed you away, they were there for you. There is someone here that when everybody said they don't want to ever see him on their platform, I literally gave him my platform. Now he's going around saying trash. It doesn't bother me. It shows that they lack relational skill. They don't understand. There are people who have refused because of their ego to admit that at every point in your life, there will be people in your circle who are richer than you, better than you, smarter than you, bigger than you, commanding bigger results than you. And it's okay to have that people in your circle. Don't start creating competition that does not exist because you are feeling insecure. You are feeling insecure. You have your own problems to deal with because you think, why should this person be bigger than me? Then don't mingle with people who are bigger than you. Go and look for small people that you can talk down on and they will worship you. And when it comes to emotional intelligence, especially when it comes to romantic relationship, I've always said this to people. Anyone who is not answerable to anybody, especially a man, even a woman, any man or woman who is not answerable to anybody, if they don't have anybody in their life who can tell them, no, don't do it this way, and they don't do it that way, that is a disaster waiting to happen. A lot of you women and men, you have married such people. People who nobody can talk to them. And then you are seeing shege now in your marriage. You are seeing shege. It's a disaster waiting to happen. When I meet such people, because of my numerology chart, I know how to keep some people in the circle, but I know that their time is very temporary. But one of the ways I know that I can never last with a person is if I notice that nobody can talk to this person, that this person is not answerable to anybody. I don't have a long-term relationship with such person. So I'm always prepared for such relationship to be shattered eventually anyways. Because there shouldn't be any human being who nobody can talk to. They don't have any accountability structure that they honor and respect. And that's the kind of person you are doing business with. That's the kind of person you want to marry in the name of love. Emotional intelligence. Number 2, communication skills. People lack communication skill. You are meant to listen more, ask good questions, remember names, talk less. Listen more, talk less. One of the reasons I don't join live sessions, you know why? You see some people. Because you are a host, you have spoken for 1 hour, and then you are still the same person that says, now it's time for people to come and contribute. And then someone wants to contribute, and 5 seconds into their contribution, you are interrupting them because you are the host. They lack communication skills. There are people who you cannot have a dual communication with them. No, they must interrupt because they have better things to say than you. They lack communication. You can't be like that. You cannot service any successful relationship when you lack communication skills, when you only talk more and listen less. Because you are the only one with something meaningful to say. There are places you go to and you shouldn't even say anything. Let them think you are a fool. Let them think you don't know anything. It's okay. I've gone to places where I sat down, they spoke, I didn't say anything. A lot of my business partners never knew that I could speak like this. They saw my video on social media. And they were so shocked that they called me for a meeting and said, there's something we want to show you. And they showed me my video and said, you know all these things? I was like, yeah. So how come whenever we are talking, you don't talk? Because I didn't have to. There are people who you must prove that you know every second. You must prove. And all you have is all you know. And that's why you see people who are like this, go and check them. In real time and real life, they are not worth what they claim they are worth on social media. They are not worth nothing compared to their loud mouths. Communication skills. Communication. Listen more. Talk less. Ask good questions. Remember people's names. Remember faces. Ask them about their family. Be able to let them speak to you. Be able to give them the conducive environment to share their feelings with you. That is communication skills. Don't go into a room to prove that you know more than everybody in that room. Whereas you are not worth 1% of what you claim. Anybody can talk. Talk is cheap. And people can see through all the lies. So if you notice that you are alone in this world and nobody wants to associate with you, people are always pushing you away. I don't like him. Check your communication skill. It is poor. It is poor. You don't listen more. You talk more. You listen less. You are rude and condescending. You are disrespectful. See, let me say, nobody gives a damn about your private life, right? But when it comes to interrelational skills, people judge you by those things. If you like, be a smoker, a weed smoker. If you like, be somebody who is overly sexually active. They really necessarily don't care. But when it comes to how you interact with them, they judge you by that. And when you lack communication skills, you will speak big words and command small results and fake it and be lying to yourself. You will use big vocabularies, net worth, 5 billion, but you don't have 5 million naira. I have seen people, listen, I've seen people who, when you hear them, you will think they own mansions, but you can't even spend one night in their house. But they talk down on people. They disrespect people who can buy them, feed them, and give them change. Poor communication skills. To prove I know I have the biggest words here. Number 3, trust building. Keep promises. Deliver value. Be discreet. Be diplomatic. In some cases, you would... Maureen, it's been a while. How are you? In some cases, you have to exercise diplomacy. Some people don't know how alone they are until something befalls them. Then they will discover that they have nobody. Everybody has left them. Everyone has, they don't know. The only thing they have is their ego. All they have left is their ego. No covering. They are naked. They don't even know they are naked. One day when life slaps them, they will discover that, wow, there is no covering anywhere. Nobody to call. Nobody that can step in for them. Listen to me. I've seen things in this city alone where a woman was the one that made a phone call for somebody to be released from one of the top security agencies. Like, please release him. He is my friend's brother. Release him. And he was released. Spoke to the director, and the person was released in 24 hours. Gentle looking, hardly talk woman. She was the one that did the job. Release him now. When you are a loudmouth and you are rude and you are disrespectful and you condescend and you talk big, but people can see through it that you are actually broke, people will always wait for you. Now they are looking at you because you are claiming some perfection that you don't have. You are claiming some perfectionism that you don't have. They are waiting for you one day. One day they are going to embarrass you and shame you because they know that you are a liar. Trust building, keeping promises, delivering value, being discreet, being diplomatic when it is required. Number 4, collaboration and team spirit. That's a relational skill that a lot of us need to learn. Co-create with people. Avoid all these transaction-only mindsets. There are people who everything they do for themselves. They pretend to add value, but it is a lie. Everything they do for themselves. If they give you a cup of water, right? They want an ocean. So everything they give is a trap to siphon you and extort resources and energy and money from you. There are people who are like that. So in collaboration and team spirit, you must have discernment. Before they harvest the crop on a land that they hired from you, and yet they steal your own harvest. Collaboration and team spirit must be done with like-minded people. That's why you need discernment. You need discernment. Because in this world, you have to co-create. In this world, you have to partner with people. You need allies in this world. You need allies. Listen to me. There are a lot of proofs out there. There are businessmen who have built fortune from church network, from mosque network. So like I told you, anyone triggering you to fight everybody because they are still Christians or Muslims, yet the person can't even help him or herself, and is triggering you. If they drive you from your house, the person's house is not even, the space is not enough for him and his family. Talk more, giving you a room. Pursue your authentic spirituality, but you have to build bridges across different circles. And one of the most powerful circles when it comes to social capital is religious community. I'm telling you realistically now. Is religious community. People who have built businesses, fortunes from scratch, but through church network. You see all these local leaders. How did this guy become the governor of Ekiti State the first time? He used neighborhood trusts for politics. That's what they do. He used neighborhood trust for politics. We've seen entrepreneurs they've scaled via LinkedIn, technology, LinkedIn, social media. They've scaled. There are people who, the virtual enemies they have, they are more than the real life friends they have. Because their aura is nasty and ugly. But there are people who have commanded some relationships with people who send them money without thinking twice. One of the things we are going to do this week is this. We are moving to the end of August and we are moving into the last quarter of the year. September, October, November, December. We are moving into the ember months now, right? Technically, the end of September is the end of the year. I hope you know that. So we are already in a new year, so to speak. Yeah, that's why some people start their new year in August, right? Because we're already in 2025, 2026. Start seeing calendars like that, 2025, 2026. This is an assignment. Write 5 people to reconnect with this week. Some of those people are people that have been good to you. They've contributed value to you and you messed things up. Swallow your pride and your ego. It's a lie. You miss them. Your disconnection from them is affecting you. Drop your shoulder pad. Write 5 people to reconnect with this week. And write 1 value to give each of them. Some of them, the value is reconciliation. It's the truth. 5 people. It can be family members, business partners. It can be past lovers. It can be ex-husband, ex-wife. Write down their names. And write 1 value that you need to give them. Now, if there is something you must do in the last 4 months of 2025, because 2026 is Universal Year 1, and that's the beginning of a new 9 years cycle. 2025 is Universal Year 9, the year of endings. So that's why a lot of friendships and relationships that are not healthy for the next 9 years of your life, they're going to end this year. So know those relationships, right? Then you must start building authentic connections. Daily, authentic connections, daily, authentic connections. And weekly, you must start adding value to the networks and communities you belong to. Start adding value to the networks and the communities you belong to. And monthly, start attending gatherings. Step out of your comfort zone, your familiar zone. Look at yesterday in Abeokuta. We were in Abeokuta yesterday. People came all the way from Benin, all the way from Lagos. You think those people don't matter to me more than people who will never show up? Showing up is powerful. Showing up for people is powerful. Sometimes when you attend some community events, you are actually showing up for yourself. Old Boys Association, alumni events, hangout, attend one, because this is the time for you to start building new, authentic connections. And sometimes we are meant to rebuild connections with old friendships. Because listen to me, guys, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. That's an African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, then go with people. That's an African proverb. Go with people. What are you going to do with all of these things I've said this month as we move into the month of September? What are you going to do with it? Because what you are looking for in Sokoto is in your Sokoto. What you are looking for in Sokoto is where? Is in your Sokoto. We got to, a lot of you know Kafi. Kafi is like a veteran in the Nigerian entertainment industry, right? When we were leaving Abuja, Kemi said to us, he said, I am following you guys to Lagos. I don't have the money for flight because I've spent all my money working on launching my brand, right? But I am going to find money. And when we saw the commitment, we said, don't worry, let's go. And we went. And a woman cannot be in the midst of two responsible men and suffer. So everything was paid for. And she followed us everywhere we went to. Now listen, unknown to her, I was going to see Kafi. Many of you know Kafi the dancer. Major influence in the Nigerian entertainment industry. All your faves, Wizkid, Davido, they call her Mama till date. They salute her. Unknown to Kemi, we were going to see Kafi. So this is how you must see. See, a lot of the things you are looking for, you are dying to find. They are within your circles, but you don't want to identify. I don't like friends. Something is not right. Maybe you have a bad attitude. That's why you are avoiding people. So they don't find you out. And one of those Sundays, I had to go and see Kafi. And Kemi followed us to go see Kafi. And whilst we are there, this brand, Infinite, this brand is by one of the members of the community. Two people in the community, one in the US, one in Nigeria, came together and registered the company, and they do this. They have two companies, Infinite and Knick-Knack. That's why I love the spirit of the people in the community. They are people they are not people who are there so that you can wipe their ass, brush their teeth for them. They take advantage and leverage opportunities. That's it. And we got to Kafi's house. And apparently, Kafi had bought this brand, because she's also a member of the Soul Sisters group. And then she was wearing this same brand. I was wearing the same brand. Two other people that went with me to her house, they were wearing the same brand. And we just started talking about the brand. Oh, Infinite. And she made a video and posted it. Kafi is a brand ambassador. So, and she takes millions from companies to be their brand ambassador. Now, she posted the video for free because some people went to her and she belongs to that community and they were wearing Infinite. Come on, guys, man. It's not enough to shout, I have left religion. I don't belong anywhere. I am alone. I am a this. So what do you belong to? You must belong to a community. Stop faffing around. All these people deceiving you and telling you to go and fight your family members because you are no longer a religious person. They have nothing to offer you. If they push you out of the house and you are alone, where is the community? They are not building any community. Most people don't do anything offline. They just make 5-minute videos to trigger you to make the wrong, poor decisions. And we made that video and posted it. Now, guess something else that happened. And Kemi, a brand that she launched in less than 1 month, she spoke to Kafi right there and said, I want to bring my brand to you so you can make a video for me. Me, I didn't put my mouth there. I was like, this one don't do too much. This person a brand ambassador. And by the next day, Kemi was in Kafi's house. So you see what happened? She has built a friendship with somebody who, if she did not identify or belong to a community or get engaged with that community, she probably would not be able to even connect with that person. And she went to Kafi's house the next day, and Kafi made a video about her brand. Listen, guys, talk is cheap. Talk is what? We are giving you a platform. We are providing you with the platform that you can use. I don't own anybody. Anybody that is smart enough to leverage, come and leverage it and grow. I am also growing, so I can't be envious of anybody. Envy is for people who are frustrated that they are not pursuing their own purpose in life. And we, in the community, we are pursuing our purpose. So there is no envy, there's no frustration. The platform is there. Leverage the opportunities. Tell you another story. There is a brother in the community who was in the oil and gas sector. He's still there. And he had serious issues. It was raining in Lagos back then, and some challenges happened. And guess what? My joy knows no bound with the things that are currently happening. And I introduced him to another member of the community who is currently in oil and gas, one of the top oil and gas companies. And the things he is telling me today that they are going to be doing together, and I'm like, wow. This is, leverage it. They don't have to even give me 1 naira. I don't care. I know I'm making my own money. Why am I saying all these, guys? You must take action. Spirituality is not a journey of loneliness. No, you don't have to journey through your spirituality alone. That's ego. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. That's an African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. Go with people. And from September, like I said, the series we're going to start in September is called Spiritual Branding. That's what it's called, spiritual branding. Manifesting the glory of your presence. That's what I'm saying. So you see, the millionaires of the future, and the future is now, they are not going to make millions by products. It's by their presence. And when your presence is glorious, people want to be in your presence. If your presence is repulsive and nasty and rude and ugly, nobody wants to be around you. You're going to be forcing yourself on people. You're going to be imposing yourself on people. Jumping from one DM to another to impose yourself on them. You don't want to miss the series. And one of the reasons I'm doing this series in September is because the community is pivoting into that place of business networking, social networking, economic empowerment. We have to leverage, because like I told you, all the gifts I got on my birthday, 90% of the gifts were bought from members of the community. So I said, wow, this thing is circulating. And we're going to build structures along that line. Economic structures, relational structures, and all that. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great week. If you believe it's going to be a great week for you, type in the comment section. It's going to be a productive week. For me, it's going to be I don't have a choice. It has to be a productive week for me. Productive. Powerful, purposeful week. Productive, 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 powerful. Before you sleep this night, play one Nigerian song and dance. Before you sleep, play a Nigerian song and dance to it. And say productive, purposeful, powerful week. Productive, purposeful, powerful week. Play any Nigerian music and just dance. Dance and sweat. Go and take a shower and go and sleep. Because it's going to be a productive, purposeful, powerful week. Productive, purposeful, powerful week. Thank you so much, guys, and do have a productive, purposeful, and powerful week. And see you soon. If you're a member of the community, we're going to start September with some sessions by the teaching reps. During the International Conscious Conference, I announced that we're going to start having teaching reps. These are people who have proved beyond every reasonable doubt that they are competent and they have learned enough to teach others in the community. So we're going to do, this weekend is going to be for community members alone. We're going to learn about power cycle. We're going to learn about numerology. We're going to learn about several other things, but I'm not the one that will teach. These community teaching reps are the ones that are going to teach you. So we look forward to that. It's going to start on Friday. You don't want to miss it. We're going to make more announcements. If you're not yet a member of the community, all you have to do is get a product. Send a DM, buy a book, get something, and then you're going to be granted access into the community. Thank you so much, guys, and have an amazing